it's a great initiative. The foundations like Lakshya and other sporting foundations in India are doing, where you're able to nurture the talent, because that is where, like when I was playing, when I was a young player, there were much better players who used to beat me, but nobody continued because they didn't find support. If they would have continued, maybe I might not be sitting here today in front of you as one of the best, finest players. But I think if the talent is nurtured from a very young age, and if you're able to give the kind of support that they require at a young age, your chances of making a champion are higher than when you just don't find the opportunities to nurture those talents. So I think that way, India is in the right direction, and foundations like Lakshya has been doing a fantastic job. Even for me, even if you look at my own case, 2016 I started working with Lakshya Foundation, when there was no other foundations who had come forward. Even though I was a national champion, Commonwealth champion, Arjuna awardee at that point in time, and three-time Olympian, still there was not much support at that point in time. But then, in Rio was when Lakshya Foundation had come forward and they started supporting 4 players for table tennis, and from there on, you can clearly see the kind of growth I've had and table tennis has had. So it's a great initiative, that foundations like this are coming forward to support sport.
So, Lakshya, I would really like to thank them because, I have never got any sponsorship, and some foundation, they have told me that because you're aging, so you won't get any sponsorship. And apart from aging, also, they told me that you are married. So, it's like, it doesn't work in sports. Like, it doesn't matter you're married, or like, it doesn't matter your age. It's just that, like, how motivated you are, how you're performing in the correct time. So that's all it mattered. And Lakshya, they trusted me. Like, they gave me the sponsorship. They believed in me, and I think that I'm doing really good in this time, because like I have played Commonwealth Games. I played like world championships and won the UTT. Being like playing UTT is one thing, and getting name from UTT is also another other thing. Because of Lakshya, like I'm getting confident. The funding side was like down now, because like they are supporting me. There is not much pressure on me now, like how I am not thinking much like how I need to put money for the next international tournament, because Lakshya is supporting me. So it's just that the pressure is cut down now. I just need to go there and play. So I would like to thank Lakshya for doing that for me.
I still vividly remember that I think around 14 or so, I was already 2500 rated chess player. And that means that you have fulfilled one of the criteria to become a grandmaster. So I was this close. But at that point, I was unable to travel to Europe quite a bit because it's very expensive. And to get those grandmaster norms, I have to play against those players, where in India, those tournaments were not happening. Um, so that was a hurdle. And the only way to do it for me was to play in India. And there was another hurdle, which was the psychological block. Because when you want something so bad, when you come this close, you kind of panic if you don't get it. And it kept happening. I think I missed out on my grandmaster norm like 8 or 9 times by half a point. Even on my birthdays, I remember one tournament I did not make it. So it was a psychological block plus this problem of expenses or the funding. Thankfully, I think around that time, Lakshya Sports, they helped me. I was, I think, one of the first first few athletes who they supported, and I'm very grateful for that because I remember I had a training camp with a Russian grandmaster, who was at one point even a coach of Kasparov, and we had a training session, and in Pune, I specifically remember the next tournament I went, immediately from there, I scored my Grandmaster norm. So I could immediately see the effect of an experienced trainer coming in and helping me solve both the psychological block and Lakshya helping me with the funding. So uh, it was a good, what to say, I was blessed to have that.